So here we are in the bush. We've got the Suzuki Jimny. We've been waiting about 20 years to drive it. It's the 2019 model, the next generation. And of course, we're going to pit it against the biggest mongrel dog around, the Land Cruiser Troop carrier. We're going to drive through sand, through some water crossings and up some steep rocky hills to see how they go. Let's do it. So if this matchup seems like a bit of a novelty to you, then that's fine by me. You can read the full reviews on our website, carsguide.com.au. But if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. The 2019 Jimny is available in one spec only, but with the option of a 5-speed manual gearbox or a 4-speed automatic transmission. We're driving the manual. It has a 1.5 litre petrol engine, 4 seats and a bunch of nice touches for such a cheap little off-roader, and I'm talking about stuff like auto emergency braking, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a reversing camera and more. But what it doesn't have is a lot of space inside. However, its squeezy interior is very easy on the eyes with a real retro cool look and feel about it. The Jimny has a 3-star ANCAP safety rating, which isn't ideal, but understandable given its tiny size and rugged construction. The Troopy has been around for donkey's years. It's part of Toyota's legendary 70 series range, and it was last refreshed in 2016. It's available in entry-level 2-seater workmate spec and top spec GXL, which we're in. It has a 4.5 litre turbo diesel V8 engine, and inside it has, well, not a whole lot. If you go looking for gear like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, then you're going to be sorely disappointed because it's just not there. The Troopy does have aircon and cruise control though. It also has a basic but very tough and functional interior. Now the Troopy misses out on a whole lot of advanced safety tech, and it does not have an ANCAP safety rating. Now on sand, the Jimny feels more at home than it ever does on bitumen or even gravel. In 4-wheel drive home with the tyre pressures dropped to about 20 psi, which is about right for this sort of day. It's pretty hot. We got through the sand, no worries, absolutely no worries. And the bonus is, it's a lot of fun in this thing. Now in water, it's a bit of a different story in the Jimny. It's not got a lot of ground clearance, and it doesn't have a maximum wading depth listed. We reckon it's probably about 200mm, which is the top of the Jimny's tyres. Now we went through a couple of water crossings, and the water tended to come up fairly high, and we also bellied out in the Jimny a couple of times, which is a bit of a worry, but otherwise it did it all pretty easy. Now on steep rocky hills, you have a bit of a chance to have some fun in the Jimny because it is so light and so nimble, and with 4-wheel drive low range engaged, you can pretty much creep up and over anything. No mess, no stress, and again, lots of fun. Although I would like to see a bit more engine braking from the Jimny, and that hill descent control be a little bit more active on the way down, and a little bit more wheel articulation. Now the Troopy is a bit of a rough rider as well. I mean, on bitumen, gravel, the steering's a bit vague, the brake pedal's a bit spongy, it takes a while to get going, but it feels much more solid, much more settled when you get out into the bush. Straight away on the sand here, slow going, it feels much more at home. Now the Troopy does sand driving, no problem. We've dropped the tyre pressure, so it's fine for this sort of firm packed river sand. It's no zippy dune buggy like the Jimny, but what is? Going through water doesn't prove a problem for the Troopy. It's got a standard wading depth of 700mm, and it's got about 235mm of ground clearance, and that's enough to keep it clear of any submerged obstacles. We didn't have any problems today. Now generally, 4-wheel drive low first gear is enough to get the Troopy up and over anything, but we did take on some difficult hill climbs today, and we did use the front and rear diff lock, but with those engaged, it wasn't a problem. Another thing in the Troopy's touring favour is the fact that it has a 90 litre main tank and a 90 litre sub-tank. With a claimed fuel consumption of 10.7 litres per 100 kilometres, the Troopy is well suited to long distance remote area travel. In contrast, the Jimny has a 40 litre fuel tank with a claimed fuel consumption figure of 6.9 litres per 100 kilometres. So if you're here for a winner, then I've got to tell you, you're in the wrong spot. But what's not to love about these two? I mean, they both look like boxes on wheels, blue and 2 doors apiece, but they're blinders, I tell you. That Jimny, great fun machine, zippy, more than capable, lots of fun on sand, through water, up those rocky hills. Now the Troopy, not as zippy as the Jimny, but it does its job very well. It's a great bush tourer. If you can forgive it, its awkward on-road manners and that vague steering and the spongy pedals, then you're in for a hell of a time. It's a good thing. Now I'm sure you've got a different idea to me, and that's fine. Tell us in the comments section below. Which would you pick? The fun Jimny or the functional Troopy?